I would like to take this time and thank my subscribers for tuning in. Those who are new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button for further info and updates.
Connection TV, the people's choice for hot topics.
As you can see, we're going to be talking about Christopher Columbus have to go. So ladies and gentlemen, before I get into this, I would advise y'all to drink yourself a nice cool glass of sorrel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this now. So we're talking about Christopher Columbus got to go. As you've been looking on the news and stuff, all across the world, in Boston, they destroyed the statue of Christopher Columbus, and a whole lot of controversies going over the fact, also in Trinidad and Tobago, about what they should do with the statue. Should they leave the statue? Some people are saying no, they shouldn't destroy the statue. Some people are saying yes, they should destroy the statue. But let's go into a little story about Christopher Columbus. As you know, Christopher Columbus was known as like a navigator going to different countries and stuff like that. Also, he actually landed on Trinidad and Tobago in 1498. When he came to Trinidad and Tobago in 1498, he came onto a quiet land inhabited by the Carib and Arawak Indians. When the British put a stop to slavery, they decided to go to India, China, and the Middle East to bring back slaves to Trinidad, workers. So they bring thousands of people back to Trinidad and Tobago to do their labor work. So, and also he did name the Trinidad the Holy Trinity, and then it was transferred into Trinidad and Tobago. So, people, when he came here, when people saying Christopher Columbus discovered Trinidad and Tobago, you have to understand, there was already people was here. They already come like they discovered it. Maybe he had more power because he come from all the way England or wherever, Spain or wherever. Guess what? He come and change. And when they say he named the country, you know what? That means he didn't just come and put a name on it. He came and enslaved the Carib and the Arawaks. They had them as, he made them slaves. People have, because the Trinidad island was kind of known as like the land of the hummingbird, because when they came with so much hummingbird, so people kind of had a nickname, hey, the hummingbird. But he made a name by calling it the Holy Trinity. So people, he enslaved the Carib and the Arawaks. Who didn't want to listen was discipline, and when I said discipline, they lost their life. And the ones that didn't want to fight back was enslaved. So when you take a look at now the history now, everybody they're making statues and everybody will, hey, Christopher Columbus, and we all going to school and reading about Christopher Columbus, and they put it in such a nice way. He came and he discovered Trinidad and Tobago. They never told you he enslaved the people that was on the island. When we read in all these history books, they're telling us straight up, he came to Trinidad and Tobago, he named the island the Holy Trinity. Then it changed to Trinidad and Tobago, and guess what? He came and he found the island and he named it. That's all they was telling us. They wasn't telling us how he came and brutally beat the people, kill the people, take their women and do whatever they want to do with the women and them, and enslave the men. And the men wasn't even able to even go their own woman. They was doing stuff for the men and them wives and stuff like that. So people, you have to look into that and see that is brutal. Because if anybody do that today, nobody would like that. Let's make a little scenario now. What if somebody made a statue of Adolf Hitler and said, you know what, Hitler was the greatest leader? If somebody say that, right? I'm not saying he is, right? I'm just saying as a reference or as an example. If somebody made a statue and do that, plenty of people will say that was disrespectful because of the things that he done. people would have said, tear that statue, don't get rid of that statue. But guess what? People standing up and bawling, no, it's history, and no. Really and truly, I hate to say it, but they might have to get rid of the statue. I'm not saying to take my statue and pelt it down on the ground and break it down. Simply remove it, put it somewhere else. Don't even put it in the public, in the streets and all that, get rid of it. And also, it's deeper than that. They need to change the books too. Because how it is, why would you have young kids growing up respecting and showing honor, giving honor to a man that was that brutal and destroying people? Then people should make statues of Bin Laden then. Because in his country, the people watch him as a great guy. But to the world, America and all over the world, he's watched as a bad person. So if somebody make a statue of him now, everybody will fight against it, right? So people, you have to understand, so, like, this is touching to certain races and certain people that have been through slavery. Everybody have been telling us about all our history about people of African descent was all slaves. So people started to even respect us, to watch us less of a person because they say in the beginning we were slaves. No. In the beginning we were free. In the beginning we was just like any other person. It's then people decide to choose us to be the labor workers and take advantage of us, of the race of black people. And then they write in history, blacks were slaves. But they're not telling you, blacks were made into slaves. We didn't just born on this earth and become a slave. We were forced into being a slave. Because today, if you take any other race and they say, listen, we're going to whip you and make you pick fruits all day long, they wouldn't like it. It would be unfair. So people, you have to understand and show a little sympathy and understand. It's deep. The roots are deep. It's very deep. We have been through so much. And it's sad to say. You know what it is to be beaten, chained, tell when to do something. It comes like, right now people going to, you know where's the next prison? When people go to prison, imagine living the life of a prisoner. Like nowadays people go to prison if they do something wrong, right? But think about you never did nothing wrong. Your mother gave birth to you and you're a baby, and then you have to live your life as a slave, chained up, whipped, and you don't even know why you're being whipped. All you know, this is all you know. You see your parents getting whipped and you think that is normal. This world is free. When God made this world, He made it free for everyone. He never made it for someone to come and say, I want to rule the world. I want to tell people what to do. I want to whip you when I want to, tell you when to pick my food, and I sit back and I relax and I live off of your labor. It's sad. And it goes on today. It goes on still. Certain businesses, they treat their workers like nothing. Workers that work so hard to make your organization so big and so much money to come to your pockets, and you can't even give them pay them what they're worth. You want to talk to them anyway. In all these businesses, bosses want to speak to you anyway. And I'm not saying all businesses, because some bosses are respectable. But guess what? There's a lot of businesses out there that treat people less than what they are. We are human beings at the end of this. So people, don't judge the people that saying this statue gotta go. Because you have to think deeper. Do your history and think about if it was you back in the days. Do you think the slaves that died and the slaves that lose parents to Christopher Columbus coming to Trinidad and Tobago and enslaving them, you think today, if they was alive, they would have watched that statue and be happy about it and proud about it? No. So people, I hate to say it, but statue got to go. So people in the comment section, let me know what you think about this situation. Let me know in the comment section what you gotta think. I'll read all the comments. Maybe other people have a different point of view, but I'm just saying, and I'm trying to be rude, but let's be honest. No one deserves to treat no one like that, of no race. No one deserves to be
Thanks
whipped
for tuning
and treated
in
like this.
with Trini Connection TV. Like and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button for further info and updates.